Hello, Kombat crew, and welcome back to Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero opens a box. Me, actually. I said his name several times, but he's not gonna do anything because it's for me. You know where it's from?
Yeah, just gonna watch.
It's from TrickOrTreatStudios in association with DarbDesignz, the legend of classic mask making. And I've figured out through the course of Shao Kahn's unboxing what is actually his role in this process. But I have a box right here from TrickOrTreatStudios. What I'm going to open it with is this. Kunai. Yeah, you know, it's not Naruto. Nothing.
So this is your MK9 mask, right?
This is my MK9 because they only sell currently 3 Mortal Kombat deluxe masks, and that is Scorpion, me, Sub-Zero, him, and Shao Kahn. $30 for ours, Sub-Zero and Scorpion's. That is a steal. That is a fantastic deal.
Oh yes,
for what you're gonna get.
So how long did that take to arrive?
This, once I ordered it, because I didn't at first, because I already have one. What I have here is an original from Darb. DarbDesignz made this one straight out of his shop on Etsy, and we did a full review on it. Put a link in the description as well for that. Knowing how this was made by hand, it had several imperfections that I had to correct. Specifically, the interior. The pads, where everything went, adding extra straps for different pressures, filing down certain sharp points that would destroy my face and cage my mouth so I couldn't talk. So that's the original design. But what DarbDesignz does for different knife. What DarbDesignz does for TrickOrTreatStudios is he makes the molds that they use to make their masks with. That he's the sculptor, basically. So he doesn't have to make each individual mask. They have their own process. That's why they look. The materials are different. The paint's different. Everything's more streamlined assembly.
It's injection.
You look
molded.
at this.
I've seen through the description that it's injection molded plastic. So
injection molded plastic. Yep. And here it is. The trick-or-treat version of DarbDesignz MK9
gotta love
Deluxe.
that they put
You
it
can
in
see
a
a
box.
tonal difference immediately in the paint. It is much more saturated behind this film, which I'm going to open that right now so that we don't think it's the film that's making the color thing different. Flip! Okay. The kunai's not sharp. Just really have to go back to knives. One little tab, it's open. No box destruction for anybody who's very upset about that kind of stuff. And we take that. And on the top is a protective balancer, so it fits the shell of the head.
Doesn't move
And
around.
then we'll pull the mask itself. And immediately, this looks better. It's just like out of the look, it looks better. But it does have a look that says it's manufactured. It says that this is very machined to look perfect. Because if you look at the interior of this, everything's milled out, everything's even, it's perfectly symmetrical. Buffered edges, the edges are kind of soft, I would say. And the mesh used is a firm mesh, but it is not a metal mesh. It is a material. It's like a burlap woven, quite wide apart, so it has a ventilation, but you can't see through it as easily as you can probably see through this.
Oh yeah.
You see less through that, which is great for if you don't want to have your clava in your mouth. And the crown piece up here is not sharp, but it is beveled. It is kind of like this, so it's gonna leave a line if it has a lot of pressure. Only one strap, but the strap on this design is in it. It's recessed. So these straps, I don't have a fear of them coming off, because he usually, if you get it from his shop, just tacks a hot glue on each side to hold the strap in, which fails often. And it's not surprising, the mats are heavy and the strap is very small that he comes with. So we usually end up putting our own in it, or adding more, or reinforcing the glues. But this you don't have to.
Are you saying you prefer this oversaturated look though? This more yellow look?
The oversaturated, now looks on the appearance, I like saturation, but the detail as far as what the textures are doing, the Handmade from DarbDesignz shop does hold more of an advantage to the look. An advantage to the look goes to the DarbDesignz shop for its detail. You can see pits and holes and shadows and sharper edges to where things are dipping and changing direction. And it looks much more organic. Much more
real?
Real. Yeah, much more real. This looks softer. The edges are kind of round. The details missing as far as those bumps, those corrosions, and it's all kind of smoothed out. You can't tell from a distance. So this is not a bad mask at all. It's just, I would prefer the more detail on a closer inspection scale. But the price difference is vast.
What about
between
size?
These.
What about size? Are those the same size, or is one bigger than the other?
Dimensions. The TrickOrTreatStudios is a bit wider. It's see, I can fit the DarbDesignz original into it, but I can't do the other way around.
Okay.
So let's see what that looks like if I had a ruler handy. I got it.
Okay.
I got it. We're live.
Don't worry.
Telling the truth. Okay, so we
got
got one. Okay, your face would go in a 6-inch width
For the original.
and 7-inch tall. And this would be a 7-inch width
Oh.
and a 7-inch tall.
So that's gonna look pretty big on your face, and
It will.
big on most people's faces. The fit.
The problem with the DarbDesignz original though was the fit. So it might be better because it's bigger. Maybe.
Bigger isn't always better.
And it doesn't look like, look at the, you can't see it now. The original came with a shelf that was out to here. Like, it was almost straight across like this. It would trap the chin, trap my jaw. So I couldn't talk without being a ventriloquist. I had to file it down so I could get my jaw to rest on it. They already did that.
Hey, nice.
So I don't have to do any aftermarket modifications. And there's a pad straight in front of where the mouth sits. He doesn't put a pad in it. Anyway.
All right,
let's put
see
this
it on
on.
your face then.
Yeah, let's put this on right now.
That's good. That fits you really nicely.
And I'm back.
Wow.
Yeah, it does. It fits quite well. It does fit larger, obviously, because it's a whole inch wider because of the, however they fixed this mold, it was allowed to rest wider. That's about it. Dimensions are the same as far as material use. It is a different material that he's using versus them. This is a injection molded plastic, like we said, and this is a resin. It's different. I can breathe very easily. There aren't pressure points like in this previous design that I had to file down to make even. Even though you can see how close that is to my nose, it's not touching it.
Wow.
The pad that they decided to put in there, that I said I wouldn't have put there, is what my nose is pushing the mask away with. So it's allowed to have that space because my nose is large.
Okay, so it might stab into people who don't have...
It might stab into people if you got a smaller nose to not have that help. And wearing a balaclava with these is kind of difficult. It's a balancing act. You only have a quarter inch of room to play with where that edge of the balaclava is. You could glue it, but you can't. That's not practical.
Yeah, right. Oh, well, I do have some things to say about TrickOrTreatStudios. Actually, do you want to give your score first, or would you like me to throw that in?
I'll give it a 4.5. 4.5 flaming skulls for this, which you now know I have a visual for, which is awesome. The color leans toward green. That's kind of odd, right? So this screen back here might be a problem with this whole thing because it's leaning toward a green spectrum where this one doesn't. It looks badass though. It does look great. I can't complain about that. It's design choices as far as balance and where they put a pad, the material use, the paint job, everything goes together. As this is a great mask. I almost would give this a 4.755 for being so affordable. It's $30.
Mm-hmm.
30. This is 80.
Yes,
you know,
it's very affordable. I do have to say some things though, because I actually was doing the same thing as he was. I got a Sub-Zero MK9, which I'm sure some of you already have commented or about to comment. Hey, Sub-Zero, get your MK9 to do a comparison. Well, I actually did that before he did, and I didn't receive the mask. So the story is that when Shao Kahn bought his mask on July 21st, I also bought masks. I bought a Sub-Zero one and another mask, and it said that the Sub-Zero one would ship by August 16th when I bought it, right? So then August 16th goes and passes. I'm okay. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's going to take a little bit longer. That's fine. I wait until September 8th, so it's almost been a month since it should have already shipped by. And it hadn't shipped, so I sent them an email. They ship it out right away. I opened the box just because the other thing that's in it wasn't what I was going to be unboxing. It was actually for Freddy Krueger. And the Freddy Krueger mask isn't complete. It has an eye that hasn't been cut out. And then I'm like, what's with that about? So that gets dealt with by Freddy Krueger himself. He likes to deal with his own stuff, right? But when I looked at the mask, just took a little peek, I saw that it was Scorpion's mask. It wasn't even my mask. They shipped out late his mask to me. And then I sent them an email about it. It was like, hey, you know, both my items were wrong. my Freddy Krueger was not finished, and my Sub-Zero was Scorpion. You guys trolling me or something? Because this is, yeah. So then they emailed me back, and they told me that they don't have Sub-Zero right now. He's out of stock. So whoever made that mistake during that one moment he was back in stock, they sent me Scorpion, and now Sub-Zero's out of stock again until January. So all they're willing to do for me, all they're willing to do is let me send the mask back to get the money that I spent on it, which I can't do because I gave it to him, and he lives hours away. So, you know, it became this dilemma where it just felt like I need to at least share it with you guys so you know if you have a deadline that you need it by. Since this place is called TrickOrTreatStudios, then you're going to probably want it by Halloween, right? Well, they're not sometimes going to make their commitments, and you have to be aware of that because it's just like if you really need it for a convention or for Halloween, cross your fingers and hope they send you the right thing, because that was what my experience was, and I just had to share it with you guys.
So,
yeah,
he doesn't have a mask. The mask that came to him was mine. He gave it to me. I have it now. So if you have this video, and I have this comparison with DarbDesignz here, DarbDesignz. If you want the handmade, ultra detailed, just different material, it's a resin, not a plastic, from him, go to DarbDesignz on his own website or go to him through Etsy. It's a little bit more expensive, but if you want that detail, it does look better. It does look better, but you will have to do some aftermarket modifications to make it fit your face, because it's not comfortable. This is comfortable, but it doesn't look quite as good.
So, like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell thing if you'd like to see more, and check out TrickOrTreatStudios.
See you guys next time on whatever the hell it is we're gonna do next.
Have a nice
Bye-bye, everybody!